Introduction to Commodity Options. In this module, we begin our journey into one of the most interesting and important areas of commodity markets, options on commodities. Before starting this module, I would strongly advise you to go through the videos on commodity futures. The lessons in this module will assume that you understand the basics of commodity futures. If you have already gone through the basics of commodities and commodity futures, then you already understand an important idea. Commodity prices move constantly, and these price movements create both risk and opportunity. Now, options take that one step further. They give market participants a way to deal with commodity price movements in a more flexible manner. That is why options are such an important part of modern commodity markets. In very simple terms, an option is a contract that gives a person a right, but not an obligation to buy or sell something at a pre-decided price within a certain time. That one idea makes options very different from futures. In a futures contract, both sides have an obligation. In an options contract, the buyer gets a choice, and that choice is what makes options powerful. In the commodity markets, options can be used for many purposes. They can be used by a trader who wants to benefit from price movement. They can be used by a hedger who wants protection from adverse price changes. And they can be used by market participants who want limited downside along with exposure to possible upside. So, whether someone is looking for risk management or speculation, options can play a very useful role. In this module, we will focus specifically on options on commodities traded on MCX. We will cover the following topics in the series of videos under this module: basic concept of an option, types of commodity options, key option terminologies, strike price, premium and expiry, moneyness of options, options traded on MCX, uniqueness of MCX options, options on futures, understanding call options in detail, understanding put options in detail, options exercise and devolvement, factors affecting option premium, open interest, option chain and put call ratio in options, options selling on MCX, hedging using commodity options. This is a beginner's course. We will approach this in a simple and intuitive way. So, you do not need to worry if options seem confusing at first. That is completely normal. At the start, options often appear more complex than futures because they involve more terms and more possible strategies. But once you understand the foundation clearly, the entire subject becomes much easier. By the end of this module, you should be able to answer basic but important questions such as: what is a commodity option? Why do people use options? What is a call option? What is a put option? What is strike price? What is premium? Who is the option buyer and who is the option seller? How are options different from futures? And how can options be used in real market situations? So, let's get started.